Hello friends, welcome back to Garden Catalog. A low maintenance garden is ideal if you did not really like gardening or if you truly never have the time to garden. Less is more when it comes to low maintenance gardens. It's a style that works with all sizes, especially small gardens, because you are already working with a compact space. Do you want to know how to make your outdoor space work for you and not the other way around? Here are some simple steps to a surefire easy garden. To get a truly low maintenance garden, there's one simple but radical thing to do. Limit the number of different plants you have. The fewer you have, the lower the maintenance will be. Try to stick to between 5 and 10 varieties. You will get to know what care and attention they need very well, and you will be able to spot weeds more easily to be better able to deal with them quickly. Front yard and backyard gardens need regular work and weekly cutting, so pave it, gravel it, deck it. Any of these will be less work than grass. Paving takes just a sweep a week to look after. No slogging ups and down with a mower. However, if you want to keep the garden, make it a really simple shape. A rectangular lawn can be cut in minutes, whilst an irregular shaped lawn can take 10 minutes longer. The more hard landscaping you have in your garden, the lower the workload it will be. When designing a low maintenance garden, aim to be reduce the size of the planted areas in your outdoor space. For instance, take the beds back toward the boundaries and replace them with paving if possible. A path around the garden works well. There's also a rule of thumb. The harder the hardest landscape, the easier it will be to look after. So slate and slabs are less work than decking and gravel. The decking will need regular cleaning and the gravel will need to be kept in place and raked, whereas slabs can be left. For beds, try top dressing them. A good thick layer of gravel, slat, or chippings will help you suppress weeds and make everything look smarter. Whether you are putting in fences or buying garden furniture, have a look at hardwood rather than softwood. Softwood will need more maintenance. Always have plenty accessible storage in the garden. The easier it is to put things away and access them, the lower the workload will be. Investing in a small, narrow garden shed is a good idea if you have the space. Garden maintenance really comes down to outdoor housework, so try to make those jobs as easy as possible. Keep the brush and pen outside with a handy place to put anything that's need to be discarded. Again, these essentials can be stored in a shed. Make sure you have a lovely place to sit. If gardening is not your thing, at least make sure you can enjoy your space by lounging in it. And that's the main aim of the low maintenance gardener, to just kick back and relax in the garden. There are some amazing ways to do just that. Check out Day 1 beds, garden sofas and hanging egg chair for a completely luxurious lounge. There are a lot of plants to avoid if you want a low maintenance garden. That means no annuals and tender plants, so no bedding plants, no vegetables, and no sowings of seeds. Also avoid plants which need staking. You should avoid plants which act as a slug or rabbit food. Hostas are the worst for this. Don't put in climbers, they bring a surprising workload. Climbers are either self-clinging like avian will quickly run out of control, or they need support. So what's left? Shrubs, but preferably evergreen like Define, Lavenders, Holly. Our real treat is to find ready planted pots. These are the sorts of things you can just bring home from the shop and place in the garden. Job done. And finally, perennial weeds are an enormous source of work in gardens. There are the ones with deep roots which seem to get into everything and always come back. Things like bindweed, round elders, and knotweed. The mistake is to just keep attacking the tops. If you have these weeds, it's much better to make everything out of the bed and get rid of every last bit before continuing. In a low maintenance garden, it is possible to have fake grass at a reasonable price. If you install it yourself, there's plenty of advice on suppliers' websites about how to do this. Changing your own lawn to artificial grass will immediately make the garden look smart and seriously lower your maintenance costs. But do bear in mind this will be not provide a habitat for wildlife. You could also install a watering system. It does not have to be anything complicated. A leaky hose system is just a hose from the tap and then a connector to a hose which lets the water seep out across the beds. It's simple, inexpensive to install, works really well, and saves so much time. Other low maintenance garden ideas include arches, arbors, and pergolas. These are all easy to install and they don't need to be expensive. The great thing about the structures is that they instantly transform an area and, most importantly, don't add to the garden maintenance. And get hold of these stainless steel troughs and feeders to use the planters. They will create a modern and architectural look into your garden. Get one large enough to avoid the needs for continual watering of smaller containers. Water features are lovely, but you need to look after it pretty constantly with cleaning and clearing. Unless you want some extra work, it's not something to have in a low maintenance garden. And remember, gardens should be a real source of pleasure. They should not have to be a burden. The biggest mistake of all is not doing anything about your outdoor space. A bit of thought and effort up front and mean that you will really enjoy your garden. Select plants that are native to your region as they are adapted to the local climate and soil condition. Applying a layer of mulch helps retain moisture, suppress weeds, and improve soil quality, reducing the needs for frequent watering and weeding. Plant species with similar water and sunlight needs together to simplify care. Create defined paths using gravel, stones, or wood chips to maximize lawn areas and make maintenance easier. Use stone, bricks, or pavers to create patios, walkways, and sitting areas that require no maintenance compared to grass. Install a drip irrigation system to ensure plants receive the right amount of water without manual efforts. Establish a simple routine for pruning, head hitting, and weeding to keep the garden maintainable without overwhelming effort. By incorporating these strategies, you can create a beautiful low maintenance garden that allows you to enjoy your outdoor space without burden of constant care. Happy gardening, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel for more informative videos. Thank you.